Happy Friday, everybody. Today is the fourth of my weekly Facebook Live series. Today I'm going to be talking about the service section of your client agreement and why it's so important to have that sorted and very accurately described. The biggest source of disputes and complaints is when a service is not delivered or described accurately, and what actually happens and what actually appears on the sales page is not the same, or there's a lack of congruency. So my point today is that in your client agreement, in the services section of the document, is a perfect opportunity to do a couple of things that are really important as best business practice to avoid legal issues and to minimize problems with clients. And the four things that I want to talk to you about today, sorry about the background noise, I'm out and about, is A, audit, B, quality assurance, C, alignment, and 4, client education. So your services section of your client agreement is the part that describes all of the services you offer. Now, as a consultant or a coach or a therapist, you may offer one service or you may offer multiple services. This is the perfect opportunity to describe these services. And if you look at your legals as your content, it's also another opportunity to market your services, to actually talk about who you are and what you do. So this would be the what you do section of the document. So in terms of audit, when you take the time and the effort to think about how you are describing your services in your client agreement, the audit part comes in to make sure that what you're describing feeds into how you're delivering that service and how you are charging for that service. And so the audit part happens in working out whether what you're doing is legally compliant, that you're meeting consumer law requirements. So that's a really important part. So what you are using the document to ensure that what you are delivering is aligned with consumer law, is aligned with best practice, and you are doing business well, you're doing business fairly, and what you're saying is what you're doing. So number 2 that I mentioned was quality assurance. So every time you look at your service, you want to look at it with the aim of improvement. So when you are looking at how you're describing the services section of your client agreement or your business terms and conditions, you are in fact conducting a quality assurance process for your business, because if you do it properly or you get someone to do it properly, they will ask the questions that will make sure that what you're describing and how you're delivering it is in fact appropriate, true, accurate, compliant. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 that I stated was client education. So every bit of content that you prepare is marketing your business. It's talking about your business, and your legals is no exception. So your client agreement is part of that suite of documents or material that makes up the content for your business. And it's a perfect opportunity, again, to educate your clients about who you are, what you do, and how you feel about your business. Hi Jake, how you going? Talking about the services section of client agreements today. So I've covered why it's important. The first reason is that it's a perfect audit tool. The second reason, it's a perfect quality assurance tool. The third reason, it's an opportunity to educate your client. And the fourth reason, which is probably the cause of most of the unhappiness that clients feel, is that by looking at the services section of your client agreement and making sure that it is properly and appropriately and accurately described with sufficient detail, is alignment, and that's alignment with your marketing. Problems arise when what you market yourself is delivering and what you actually deliver is not the same, and clients get annoyed and they get upset about it, and then they complain, and then your business gets a bad name because they will talk about it to other people. So it's very important that what appears in your services section, in fact in your whole client agreement, is like super important that you pay attention to it and that you use it for those tools that I've just described, to audit your business, to quality assure your processes, to educate your clients, and to make sure that there is alignment between what you are doing and what you are delivering. That is your marketing. So I'm hoping that this gives you some idea about the value of a client agreement, a properly written one that is drafted for your business, for your unique proposition, for your unique service, and not just taken from somewhere else, and written with some thought about whether or not there is an actual alignment between what's going on and what's going into the client agreement and the actual business that you're delivering. So I hope that this has been helpful to you. I will put some notes up in the post section, and there is also a download of a client agreement checklist that you can use to help you design the services section of your client agreement or your terms and conditions. Other than that, I'm always here to help. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Thanks, Jake.